Hey, John Martinez here with the REI Sales Academy, and I want to talk about how to structure your REI sales calls, your acquisitions calls, right? How do I pick up more houses? How do I beat my competition? How do I do it all and win them at deeper discounts? The way to structure that conversation, I want you to think about it as if you were a doctor. This is going to make a lot of sense, right? First, let's talk about a doctor's visit. I want you to imagine that you went to your physician, and before you said anything, you walk in the door, you walk into a room, you're sitting there on some type of, paper matting on a vinyl seat of some kind, an exam table, waiting 20 minutes for the doctor, and the doctor comes in. And as the doctor comes in, he or she looks at you and just says, "Hey, Bill, I'm gonna go ahead and prescribe you some medicine here," and walks out of the room. Now, the doctor has no idea why you were there. The doctor has no idea what you're dealing with, if anything at all. What would you think and how would you feel? You'd probably report that person for some type of malpractice, right? At best. At worst, you are going to do that and make a big fuss about it and then go seek a second opinion, third opinion, all that kind of stuff, right? You would have zero faith in what that doctor prescribed, in that diagnosis, in the prescription, because you didn't communicate with him at all. He has no idea why you're there. Here's the funny thing. That's how most investors run their acquisitions calls, and it's absolutely insane. They walk into a house, there's no conversation, they take a quick look-see, and they say, "Here's what I'm going to prescribe. Here's how much we can pay for the house, and here's the way we structure it." That's insane. And then they wonder, well, why are they going to get second opinions? Why do they doubt my expertise? Well, for the exact same reasons why you would that doctor in the story I just told you in that analogy, right? You have to go through a diagnosis. You have to go through that process prior to making your prescription. And most investors and acquisition agents, they don't diagnose, they don't take the time, they don't ask the questions, they don't seek to understand. They simply go in and prescribe based on what they believe this person needs. It is absolutely insane, and it leads to terrible close rates. Now, the good thing is, in REI, the margins are so dang good that you can get away with that for a little while. You can sometimes do that and still win enough deals to survive. But the question is that all you want? Do you want to just survive? Do you want to go in and throw offers at people and miss the whole entire diagnosis and survive to fight again the next day? You know what I found? I work with probably 500 or 600 investors at this point and train them in their sales teams. And what I find is, as soon as someone gets their first few deals, as soon as they kind of hit a stride, the first thing they want to do is start to remove themselves from the business, put systems in place, but they can't, because just throwing offers at people will not allow you to scale, right? You just can't do it. You can't win. You're going to end up going out of business, going in the red. It just does not work. Now, anyone who's tried this knows that, right? They hire 3 or 4 acquisition agents, or they try to increase marketing if they're running all the appointments themselves, and they increase their overhead. They keep throwing these offers out, and all of a sudden, profits start to get thinner and thinner until, wow, I'm spending more on marketing and on overhead and on my employees than I'm getting in return, and that is extremely stressful. So, how do you structure a perfect REI acquisitions call? Do it like a doctor would. The majority of the call should be diagnosing, asking questions. What hurts? What do you want to see happen? How big of a problem is this? Is it a big owie or is it a little owie, right? And only then get to the point where you go, based on what you told me, here's where I think we should go with that. And that's all. That's a good REI sales call. Now, of course, in our training, we teach this over a period of 12 weeks. So there's obviously a lot more of it that goes into it, but that's basically the structure of a call, how it should be structured. So I hope that helps. Hope that helps kind of reframe in your mind how a good call should be done. It's not about making offers. It's about prescribing the right solution. See you guys.